This Las Vegas Raiders preview edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is presented by WinBet. Bet $100 at WinBet and get a $100 free bet. Head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WinBet. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET to claim your free bet today. And make sure to check out Draft Day 2.0 starting August 9th at noon Pacific. Ryan Real Money Kramer will begin drafting for 24 hours straight. The Fantasy Football Marathon will raise money for Daryl, a loyal listener who was injured in a motorcycle accident. Head to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/draft day for more details.
Hey, this is Bill Romanowski. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Cox. He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Oh, right. Hey, it's Las Vegas. I feel like
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
I was optimistic earlier today. I'm gonna be optimistic maybe
Really?
later today. I don't know. It's Las Vegas. We all love Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, yes.
We love- I mean,
Las Vegas
The
Raiders.
coach last year wrote handwritten notes at the end of the season. I mean, it was hard to overcome that.
And I think
The
that
coldness of a Belichick coach coming in afterwards. No handwritten notes from
get our shit going.
McDaniels.
it's weird. Like they and we'll get into it. They've outperformed their Pythag, Ryan, by a large number, and it seemed like they really played for Bisaccia. They also kind of had a couple layup games in there. I think there's a world where this team is like a better team, but end up winning less games because of their division, because of their schedule, and because McDaniels, I think, is a big question mark. We'll see. Like, obviously, I think he's a better schemer than Rich Bisaccia, but I think Rich Bisaccia checked a lot of boxes as far as leader of men, the silver and gold, the autumn wind. I think he kind of epitomized a lot of that, football guy stuff. And we'll see.
Best leader of men in the division out of the quarterback group.
Well, no,
Patrick Mahomes can't even keep a hold of his own house. Russ is not interested in leading anything but his own unlimited brand. And Herbert doesn't seem like the guy who's looking to take he's a lead by example guy. Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Derek Carr, leader of men. Now, unlike David Carr.
Yeah, poor David Carr. Oh, hey, you're listening to the Sports Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. And as always, we're being brought to you by the good folks over at WinBet. That's right. God bless these folks. Bet big, win bigger with WinBet. Highly recommend getting in that WinBet casino. If you're fortunate enough to be in a WinBet casino state.
#Legends only.
Fire that up. 100% deposit bonus up to $1,000. And of course, bet $100, get a free $100 bet. Can't beat that. And again, the win totals, division prices, future bets, all those numbers we're taking right from the Win Sportsbook. So you like hearing those numbers? Fire up the WinBet app and go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WinBet so they know we sent you. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET to claim your free bet today. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions at WinBet.com. Must be 21 or older and present in the state where playthrough WinBet is available. If you're someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. Ryan, we're live on youtube.com/sports gambling podcast. Make sure you tune in tomorrow, noon Pacific, aka Tuesday, for a 24-hour draft-a-thon, aka drafting for Daryl, draft day 2.0, raising money for a loyal listener was involved in a motorcycle accident. Kramer's going to be drafting for 24 hours straight. Bunch of special guests drafting with him. I'll be popping in and out throughout the entire live stream, but hey, it's going to be a grand old time. Kramer's rocking his draft day 2.0 t-shirts which you can.
I'm wearing a shirt with a picture of me on it.
Yes, that's how committed Ryan is. Store.sportsgamblingpodcast.com. There you go, looking good.
Me as Kevin Costner on the screen. Look,
yeah,
I mean,
get the draft day puzzle available in the store.sportsgamblingpodcast.com. And not only that, we're just launching our first ever NFL Survivor contest. Teamed up with the good folks over at Run Your Pool. Highly recommend using Run Your Pool if you're running a pool this fall. NFL Survivor, Pick'em, ATS, spread contest. First though, sign up for our contest. It's free. We got some big prizes coming. Sportsgamblingpodcast.com/survivor. Sportsgamblingpodcast.com/survivor. That'll take you right to the Run Your Pool sign up.
And a lot of people ask, like, where can I run a pool like the Circa, like the Westgate?
Yeah, you can customize a ton with Run Your Pool. Step one though, sign up for our Survivor.
Yep.
Get in the Run Your Pool system and then use it to run your own pool.
Step
Very
2,
customizable.
create your own pool.
Yeah.
Step 3, invite Sean and Ryan.
No.
Step 4, Sean won't join, Ryan will join. And then
that's probably right.
Yeah. That's a 50-50 shot.
Yeah. So shoot your shot when it comes to inviting me to pools or fantasy leagues, but I'm pretty full as it is
just to
right
be
now.
clear, you mean swimming pools 100% invite you, but gambling pools you might not say yes.
I have a lot on my plate, Ryan. I have a lot of gambling action going.
Bizarro
already.
Irish universe.
A lot of football action, a lot of National Football League. All right, we're talking Las Vegas Raiders. Just did the Cardinals earlier.
Kind of the same, in some ways, interestingly similar franchise. Recently, like there's a little hope. And for different reasons, whether it's the division's really good, or maybe they just don't have the quarterback that is going to get them to the top, or maybe it's just that the coach fucking sucked and was limiting them or is limiting them. I don't know. Very meta here, but
it's interesting to look at Bisaccia, and he was 7-5, coaching the Raiders, coached them through some weird times. Not only the transition for the Gruden thing, but then the whole Henry Ruggs thing happened. He seemed to kind of keep them afloat, and it seemed like he certainly had their ear. And you forget, like, they were close to sending that Bengals playoff game to OT, and then who knows what happens after that. I mean, Bengals got to the Super Bowl and they were close to beating them. This team is they're right up there with like one of the harder teams to handicap, because you bring in McDaniels now. Do I think McDaniels? I mean, he didn't look good as a head coach when he was for Denver. Maybe he's changed.
Well,
maybe he's learned.
Before you jump ahead though, because they 7-2 in one score games. There's a lot to say. They got a ton of, like what we were saying before, but some of the parts greater than the whole, or whatever the saying is. Because I do think that there is a point where a rah leader of men can get a group of men and individuals to do something more than they were capable of before, even in a better situation. Say Gruden never happens. Say Henry Ruggs never happens. Do you think the team does better? I kind of think it took some of these events to create what we've now figured out, which is this is some weird, like, bizarro world, Fast and the Furious, like, family where Derek Carr is Vin Diesel and
who's Rich Bisaccia though? Will they miss Rich Bisaccia?
You think maybe he's coming around still? So maybe he's like the ghost of Paul Walker. I don't know. I mean, I do think that there is enough of a culture in that locker room with what Derek. I mean, you can argue that Derek Carr brings as strong of a presence from the quarterback position as anyone, including Aaron Rodgers, to his own team. So I'd imagine that there was only so much culture influence that Josh McDaniels could really bring. I do think Derek Carr in that locker room showed to a man they were pretty buttoned up last year. So I don't know if McDaniels is going to come in smashing heads like the typical Belichick assistant would. And I think this is a second chance, right? He surely learned from his first mistakes. He surely learned enough to not take a job that looked a little sketchy, even though it might have been the right thing to do. And I think we were complimentary of McDaniels and what he brought to Mac Jones and how much they're going to miss with him gone.
Definitely. I think he helped Mac Jones, but is that classic thing where he's better as a coordinator than a head coach?
No,
that's
because
what I think
he walked into a situation where the quarterback's going to come to the table and say, this is what we run well. How does this work with your system?
Yeah.
And I think they're going to come up with something that works well. And oh, by the way, they brought in arguably the best pass rusher in free agency in Chandler Jones. And oh, by the way, they already had Max Crosby, a guy we love.
I gave out Max Crosby 30-1 defensive player of the year. I still like it. Led the NFL in hurries and finished second in pressures. And he didn't have that high sack total. So I think you bring in Chandler Jones and Max Crosby getting like 15 sacks, 16 sacks, winning defensive player of the year. I think is definitely worth a little sprinkle there at 30-1.
They made sure that they were going to go out and they were going to be able to rush the passer, and they were going to be able to play two types of ball. They wanted to be able to make sure they could pass the ball. They have two guys that are nearly uncoverable in small space, and Hunter Renfrow and Davante Adams. They have a giant man of a human being in Waller. They have arguably the best pass catching duo in the trio in the division. And then they still do project to be a team that should smash mouth. Like Josh Jacobs playing in Hall of Fame games should freak you out as someone who might want to draft him in fantasy, but him as part of a rotation that can potentially wear you down if needed, if you're playing a team like the Chiefs or the Chargers in your division that can't seem to stop the run every year. So I'm very optimistic that this team has the right ingredients to be a huge thorn in the side of a division where everyone has penciled in the top three teams. And I do not understand the difference between I understand if you want to put Kansas City and the Chargers in a tier and Denver and the Raiders in a tier. I don't understand just penciling in the Raiders up top with everyone else. And I don't understand the Raiders being as far out as 7-1. I mean, I think we're talking 650.
Yeah.
It seems quite disrespectful. And for a team that just showed us that they could walk around with a chip and come together as a unit, I feel like that only got stronger.
So I guess my concerns
well
are for the offensive line. I think
it seems like the same narrative as a lot of these teams, you know?
No, and the offensive line ranked, PFF has them 29th. You got Leatherwood, you got some of these other guys that just I don't know if they can hold up for an entire season. We've gone this far and haven't even mentioned Davante Adams, certainly a big upgrade offensively. And then the strength of schedule, 30th easiest. So essentially the third hardest schedule according to win totals. And a lot of that is obviously being in the AFC West, but still considering they had 10 wins when their Pythag was only 6.8, Ryan, I think this team really overachieved last
Big
year.
Time, of
and I
course.
think they can be a better team and win 8-9 games. Like I think,
Is it unfair to me for me to say I'm willing to like discard last season had a lot of outlier events both ways.
yeah.
To almost throw it out as a single. Like I think them overperforming was crazy in light of what they overcame. And so I don't know if it automatically to me means regression. 7-2 in one score games. Yes. Winning 4 straight by 4 or less points to close out the season. Yes. But also, Sean, you rooted for a team that had a magical run. I rooted for a team that had a magical run, and they came back and they were pretty fucking good the next season because they had chemistry and they continued what they were doing.
Yeah, I guess
year.
the continuity of having the same coach, which the Raiders don't, and I think he was part of that magic.
Yeah, I'm bought in. I'm really hard bought in to the idea that Josh McDaniels.
He's one of those guys.
And Ryan, first off, you get one win just for Madden's spirit. I mean, the ghost of John Madden carried them to at least 2 victories there. And then you look at
you don't think the ghost of Madden is going to be around?
The Raiders beat the Browns with Nick Mullins at quarterback in a Monday afternoon game after COVID. They also beat the Colts when Carson Wentz was cleared to play hours before kickoff after missing the entire practice. So like they kind of everything broke right for them in a lot of ways post their the Madden or sorry the Gruden thing and the kind of mid-season lull where they really bottomed out win-loss wise. 2021 they were 10-7, 8-9 against the spread. Their win total was 8, so they went over. They allowed 25.8 points per game. Only scored 21.8 points per game. So had a -4 point per game difference and still won 10 games. Ryan, what did we predict them?
We predicted 5-12. Both of us, we locked up the unders. We both also gave out Josh Jacobs under 975.5 rushing yards. It was a strange United front there on that one. He had 872, so another cash. Yeah, I think we were down on them last year because of Gruden. I guess I keep swinging around to the idea that you look at how they do in their division, and typically this is a team that can play with the Chiefs. They got their ass beat by the Chiefs last year. They got their ass beat. They will be coming for the Chiefs. They split with the Chargers, and what did they do with the Broncos? They took 2 off the Broncos. Granted, they weren't very good, but I think this is a team that is competitive in their division, no matter how good those other teams are.
But I think Denver, to your point, they took 2 off Denver.
Better.
Denver got definitely better.
I would still expect them to split with the Chargers. I would expect them to come back and split with the Chiefs. And I think if you're capable of going 3-3 in this division, it's up for grabs. I don't think anyone's going to go 5-1. I don't think anyone's going to. I think 4-2 would be an excellent mark in the AFC West. And I think to your point, you can stretch and say, hey, they got a little unlucky with the injuries and the other stuff. And so again, coming back to the maybe everything normalized over the course of that season, and the luck they got was counterbalanced by the luck they didn't get. And yeah, they were the team that overperformed Pythag by the most. And that generally means you're going to take a step back, period. So yeah, I mean, I think I'm for some reason I'm hyper bought into the idea that Derek Carr and this team, and maybe it's just maybe I'm more just looking at this from I'm not going to have the Raiders winning 13 games or anything crazy, but do I think the Raiders could again go 3-3 in a division and win enough games to be competitive in this division and it not be eliminated after 6-7 weeks like the odds suggest they should be? Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, they just have a bunch of red flags for stuff that like we would normally. No, I'm just saying. You bring in the big name receiving free agent and expecting it to change things dramatically.
But he wanted to go there. He got out of Green Bay. That's think about that.
Yes.
I could tell the other side of it. A guy, the best receiver in the league, wanted to leave Aaron Rodgers to play in Las Vegas.
He did say you going from one Hall of Famer to another Hall of Famer. Or do you agree with Davante Adams that Derek Carr Hall of Famer on?
As a coach myself, there is nothing more powerful than a team that their best player is not the leader, does not need to be the vocal alpha, just needs to be the play alpha. And I think that's exactly what you're seeing Davante Adams. I think he will be a leader.
Play alpha.
He will be a play alpha. While Derek Carr has this locker room, and you have a legit defense and a Max Crosby. You don't want to get behind this dude.
I like Max Crosby. I gave him
Chandler Jones.
I gave him as defensive player of the year.
His brother is my favorite UFC fighter of all time, Johnny Bones Jones.
Oh wow, that was such a sad.
Poor. Rest in peace. That dude's awesome fucking fight career. But this is a team that can't do anything but outperform expectations this year because I do think that a win total at 8.5 is a little disrespectful. I'll bet anyone they're not last place in this division.
Okay.
They're not going to finish. We'll talk about the odds later maybe, but they are not going to finish last. Yes, the offensive line is an issue. There's a little bit of blind faith here.
Yeah, offensive line, and I think the secondary. I don't know. I think there's a little bit of questions.
You have rooted for teams with shit secondaries that have looked great because of the pass rush.
And I rooted for them.
They did not have Max Crosby and Chandler Jones.
No, but they're bringing in Rock Ya-Sin.
That they traded for him.
Yes,
they wanted him. That was an intentful move.
Yes.
So. If you're saying he's not very good, okay. I think he's certainly an upgrade based on what they had.
No, I worry about the back end because when the pass rush can't get there, when you play teams with good offensive lines, you could struggle. And then the offensive line as well, like the offensive line, the secondary. I mean, Alex Leatherwood I don't think is a
great name.
Starting.
He's not starting.
No,
he's not on the starting depth chart.
He isn't? No. What depth chart are you looking at?
PFF.
Okay. Who do they have starting then?
They have Miller. Well, let's start with the good. They've one of the best left tackles in the game, according to PFF. Do you take their grades with a grain of salt? You're a film guy. They're film guys.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, if you're just doing like a cursory glance, sure.
It's good to
I
see
like
green,
PFF.
yellow, red. It's close. It's not like you're looking at the specific precision of the numbers. All right. So
there are, but according to PFF, they're in tier 6, problematic for their offensive line.
They have, let's see, they have a guy named Brandon Parker, lined up at right tackle right now. So who was rated out at 76 out of 83 tackles. So also not very good.
Now, what do you make of? There's a lot of fantasy buzz, and Craig Cummings in the YouTube chat saying, I think Jacobs was playing because he used trade bait. Now McDaniels claims they're not interested in trading him. But that is kind of weird that they played him in the Hall of Fame game, right?
Well, no, I mean it makes total sense they would trade him.
Belichickian.
It's a very Belichickian.
But Belichick actually doesn't do that. Like he wouldn't. I don't think he would play guys. There's something weird going on with.
No,
Josh
he
Jacobs.
would be respectful. He's like, hey, you're not in our plans. We're gonna trade you. We'll get you somewhere. Let's. Now I
think Kareem Hunt could end up a Las Vegas Raider. That would be my prediction. If the Browns move Kareem Hunt, I think he either ends up in Atlanta or Las Vegas. I mean, if I had to guess,
Brandon Bolden came with McDaniels, Zamir White,
White. I think they brought in Zamir White. I think he's an interesting prospect.
Kenyon Drake's there. Like that's a guy that has.
Yeah, it's going to be a committee thing. All right. You're not selling me on the Raiders, Ryan. I think I like your angle, but the Bisaccia thing, not having Bisaccia, I think will hurt this team.
The argument wasn't so much that not having him is going to help. It's more that perhaps he was the perfect guy for the perfect situation, but maybe he had a ceiling. And while I can sell myself on the fact that Josh McDaniels could be the best of the Belichickian guys in his second try, because he's done thing like, I mean, he made Cam Newton look not horrible for moments. I mean, Mac Jones as a rookie, decent year. I mean, 9th DVOA offense. That's not bad. Kyle Orton and Tebow, he had them 17th in DVOA.
He did lead.
That's arguably the best thing he's done.
He did lead Tebow or help Tebow win a playoff game. So he probably deserves to be in the coaching Hall of Fame just for that alone.
But I guess I'm just in on the narrative of this Raiders team going to outperform. They're going to be a team we're talking about again next year that won a lot of close games. We're going to be talking about how, wow, they outperformed their Pythag by 2 wins. They just strike me as a team that is bonded more than most of these NFL teams. Iron sharpens iron. Again, Davante Adams is a massive. He's one of the few guys we've said on this podcast, Sean, is worth points. He's worth points on the number. You know that with Aaron.
Oh,
you're not with Derek Carr.
No.
If Davante Adams puts up the same numbers with Derek Carr, then what?
Then I'll say I was wrong.
Okay.
You know what I'm not wrong about, Ryan? oddstrader.com/Blue Wire. That's right. oddstrader.com/Blue Wire. That's the place to go. First off, use our link so they know we sent you. Always appreciate you guys shoveling the coal for the content train. You know how things work. You go to the sponsor, helps us scratch your back, and it's a good site too. Honestly, compares all the different sign-up codes, promos for sportsbooks, all in one convenient place. Live odds and great odds comparison tool. I have it up now. You can just see like, oh, okay, hey, Orioles are up 5-1. They're currently minus 1,000. Oh, but hey, here's the prices at the different spots. Like that feature, and then again, they have bet tracking, handicap and picks, play-by-play updates, live scoring, player stats, projected game day weather. Again, this is kind of just your one-stop shop to get going and fire it up. oddstrader.com/Blue Wire, ODDS Trader, TRADER.com/Blue Wire. Odds Trader, the #1 site for all your game day bets. Highly, highly recommend that. And also Sleeper, baby. Oh, you probably already have your Sleeper Fantasy Football League up and running. Congrats to Sleeper. They just passed 4 million users. They're the fastest growing fantasy platform. And now they got this sweet over under game. NFL season right around the corner. And it's pretty great. So for NFL, they're going to have your Sleeper Fantasy matchup. Then you'll just be able to play over under right from there. It's an awesome way to go. And then they of course have their group chat feature. You can copy our picks or tag us in your picks as well. Sleeper.com/SGP. Go there with on your mobile phone. Get a 100% deposit match up to $100. Sleeper.com/SGP on your phone for that 100% deposit match up to $100. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Ryan, what do we got?
All right. Should we just schedule it?
Schedule it.
Raiders at Los Angeles, kind of a home game against the Chargers.
Raiders.
Cardinals at home. We just talked about this game earlier. I did give this one to the Cardinals, I believe. At Tennessee. Love that game. And then Denver at home.
So you got at Chargers, which
that's a win.
It's a tough game.
They're going to win that.
We're going to be there with Decker hanging out. NFL week 1. Are you really going to fade?
San Diego Superchargers.
Again,
new look Broncos, and you got to go to the East Coast, the Titans. You already like the Cardinals there. I think it is a rough start for Josh McDaniels. 1-3.
What?
Ryan, as a guy who picks every team under, every once in a while, I have a more balanced approach to my overs and unders.
I have to just that one. I'm a little shook here. I'm a little shook. I see a Chargers win because they're coming to LA. We're gonna split those the opposite way. They're gonna lose to the Cardinals, and this Tennessee team is gonna be complete dog shit, and they're gonna beat this is 3-1. Completely disagree. Hey, Raiders fans, I'm with you. Not Sean stacking the money.
No.
All right, next 4 at Kansas City on Monday Night Football bye week. Houston Texans at home, at Saints, at Jags. Okay.
It's Chiefs at home.
No, Chiefs on the road Monday Night Football.
That's a tough spot. Texans at home.
Hold on though.
Texans at home.
Hold on. Riddle me this, Sean. The Chiefs, they go. Listen to this stretch for the Chiefs.
Okay.
They go Cards, Chargers, Colts, Bucks. Then they have the Raiders at home. Then the Bills, the 49ers.
2-2.
I mean, I'm just saying that I think the road game in Kansas City is winnable. This is going to be a hot team going into the bye. You're saying they're gonna win one of those against the Jags or the Saints. I kind of like your 2-2 angle.
Yeah,
but give me 3-1.
I love it, Ryan.
I'm
real
telling you,
Raiders.
They are
Kramer.
gonna win some fucking close games because of my guy Derek Carr. What's happened? I'm getting old.
Leaning into Derek Carr. I did not see this coming.
Colts at home. He was in my top 10 fantasy quarterbacks way before the market decided to put him in there. Colts at home, at Broncos, at Seahawks. That's a bit of a travel there. And then Chargers at home. Couple losses in there for me. 2-2.
2-2. And I don't even 2-2. And man, yeah, this is tough times. And then they got a brutal.
Next up, we got at Los Angeles, the Rams.
Prime time, short week on the road.
Thursday night, yes. Then they have the Patriots on Sunday Night Football at home.
Belichick versus his own
Oh,
assistant. You know how he does those.
So many of the chowder heads will be in Vegas for that one. At Pittsburgh,
It's a baby fucking wheel, man.
San Francisco at home. This is a dreadful
1-3,
dreadful
right? 1-3. This is where
that was a snap call. You want to stick with that?
Yeah, this is where that 30th easiest, aka second, third hardest schedule comes into play. At non-conference road Thursday night game against the former Super Bowl champs. Tough spot. Patriots at home. Bill Belichick knowing every move of Josh McDaniels. Then you got to go back all the way to the East Coast.
You get
Christmas Eve against the Steelers pass rush. TJ Watt against Alex Leatherwood
on the Steelers show. I believe you said you gave the Raiders that one, and Bowser
the Raiders do
at that point.
They do show up there, but even and that's why I don't like to do specific games, Ryan. Because I don't want to back myself into a trap. But this still feels 1-3. And I think either they win that Steelers game or the 49ers game. The other two games, I don't see.
Couple things
They could go 0-4 here. I would not be surprised.
Couple things to know, because I did find that the Raiders are catching a lot of teams with big games on deck. Rams have the Packers on deck. Something to note. Steelers have the Ravens.
They're going to be. I think the Rams will actually be fired up because there's going to be a lot of. I think there'll be a lot of
Raiders fans.
Could
the Raiders fans take that one over?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Could the Rams be cooking with a quarterback not named Matt Stafford at this point?
Yeah, if Wofford makes it out there.
Oh, that's interesting. Now I'm turning around. I'll say 2-2, or should I go 1-3 here?
I'm going 1-3.
2-2. All right, last game. Chiefs at home. Oof, this could be important. Could be for the division. I had them lose. I had them winning. So they lose this one.
Yeah.
Chiefs get it done.
Loss.
All right. He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
We got to get our shit.
I have a feeling over under times I play.
We got to get our shit going mentally.
On a Raiders recap show, because I feel like we're going to be hearing a lot from the late great John Gruden.
So what did they won 10 games last year? 10-7 is my prediction. I now
run it back.
I now have the Broncos 11-6, the Chargers 11-6, and the Raiders 10-7.
How are you? So you're
all my overs are coming from one division.
Right. What are you gonna have the Chiefs like 4-13? What are you doing?
They're all I very strongly said 3-3 for all these teams in their division. I'm splitting all the divisional games with these teams, but they're good.
You should look in because they have those bets like AFC West to have 4 playoff teams. You should look into that because that seems to be what you're cooking up there. What did I have them going? 7-10?
You got them going 7-10.
7-10 is the perfect score for the Las Vegas Raiders.
This is one of our bigger spreads. I'm on the over strongly, not strongly. You're on the under strongly.
Yeah. So the over under is set at 8.5 right now over on WinBet. Over -120. Ryan's laying the -120. I'm taking that +100 that they don't get to 9 games.
I mean,
they're -250 to miss the playoffs, which I don't even really like that much.
So you're giving them 7 with the ghost of Madden still around?
Yeah, 6-11 without the ghost. 7-10 with Ghost Madden.
Madden is Paul Walker then. Like they're the ghost.
That is true. Like I could just see Derek Carr driving in a convertible, and then Madden's ghost was with him the whole time. That's a great Photoshop. Madden ghost next to Derek Carr in a convertible. I was there the entire time. Or John Madden toasting a Corona at the Fast and Furious cookout. Those would be my Photoshops there.
Bisaccia is just a guy who goes away to prison for a couple of years.
No, Bisaccia is Vin Diesel.
Oh,
he's a guy you don't think you need, but when he's not there, things aren't quite the same.
Then who's Derek Carr? Now I'm confused.
Wait. So Derek Carr? No. Correction. Okay. So Derek Carr is
he's Vin Diesel.
He's Vin Diesel. However, The Rock is Rich Bisaccia because you think you can do a Fast and Furious without The Rock, and then you do it, and you're like, yeah, you can, but it's not as good.
Who's Josh McDaniels? Like the square CIA guy that came in that one episode.
He's like the Asian hacker that dies in Fast and Furious 2, and then they somehow they bring him back from the dead. Wasn't there one
Tokyo
guy like
Drift?
Tokyo Drift.
Hell yeah.
He's like
rest in peace to Paul Walker.
Yeah.
And no, not John Madden. He's still around.
Oh, John Madden will always be here.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
All win totals. We both like them. Under 7.5, 2-1. Over 9.5 +165. I don't know if I love the
I'll take a under 7.5 +200.
All right. We'll write that one down. Anything else you like? Any misplay?
How did we?
Picking them against the spread. It was right down 8-9 for you, 9-8 for me. Nothing very uneventful. They were all over the place though, so they were probably a tough team for most people to handicap. Make playoffs is 2-1. Miss playoffs is -250. I'll take the make here. That's a better price than going over 9.5 +165 to me.
Yeah. Ryan, we got some more futures, maybe talk a little fantasy on the Las Vegas Raiders. But before we get to that, Shout out IPVanish.com. That's right. Go to IPVanish.com/SGP. Get the official VPN of SGPN, and that is IPVanish. You can be virtually invisible while online, perfect for securing your passwords, your browsing history, any sort of communications you got going on the internet. You need to lock it up. And again, IPVanish hits you with the 30-day money-back guarantee, or again, the yearly plan is 70% off. It's almost 9 months free of the best VPN around. You can disguise your physical location. There's so much you can do. IPVanish.com/SGP. You can use it on unlimited devices. Won't slow you down. Highly, highly recommend it. IPVanish.com/SGP. Kramer, what about fantasy stuff? I assume, and I do like Davante Adams fantasy wise, but anyone else interesting for you fantasy wise, or any? I think we'll be doing player props in the division episode, but anything jumping out at you that you're looking at? I assume.
Well, he's a great.
You're so high on Derek Carr over passing touchdowns, over yardage. Derek Carr MVP. Talk me into it, right?
Could this be the year he gets to 30 touchdowns? Yeah, obviously Davante Adams is in town. I think fantasy wise, is there a cheaper stack with an elite wide receiver? I'm not sure there is. Hunter Renfrow, not all that expensive either. Waller, a little bit more pricey. Can the offense carry all of that? I think so. I think they will. You know, your points about some of the defensive limitations maybe helps the fantasy offense. I certainly, the media would. So the MVP case is simple. If they somehow
he's doing it.
Well, I don't actually believe there's a massive opportunity for them to end up as like the 1 seed. Or for them to really be a clear cut top team, but I don't think they have to. Derek Carr is only 28-1. Like I think whatever juice was there is probably cooked out of that. But I think he's certainly in the possibility again, just based on what happened last year. And Derek Carr led this team through this transition, and now they're out the other side, and they're sitting there 10-4 with some games on deck, and I just don't see them. I don't see him out dueling some of the other guys at the top. So no, I wouldn't play that.
Yeah. And what are your thoughts on?
But the narrative is there for him to not need all. Like he doesn't. If a number of guys were to not have great years, and this team way overperforms, like could they be the 1 seed? We were discussing the Cardinals being the 1 seed at 50-1.
No.
Or be having the most
Raiders.
wins.
No,
I don't think I don't like that bet for the Raiders because I think their ceiling case is closer to their floor. Right. It's a pretty, to me, like we're at the, I think this team wins between 6 and 11 games.
That's giving yourself a lot of outs there.
I think, a
5-game window.
But I'm saying, I don't think this team wins like 4 games, and I don't think this team wins 12 or 13 games is my point. That's all.
No, I hear you.
I don't think there's a ton of stuff to play. I did stumble into some new bets that are out there. You can bet on winning streaks during the season.
Okay.
Raiders was set to 2.5. Will they have a 3-game win streak? At first I was like, that's stupid. That's really easy. And then I thought about it. I was like, that's not as easy.
How many?
They have to win 3 in a row.
3-game winning streak? No, I don't think so.
Well, I'm not betting anything like that.
They just the schedule, Ryan. I think you're underestimating the schedule. I think that's what's ultimately going to kill this team. And I think this Raiders team.
Wow. Okay.
At 7-10, they might
love you Raiders fans.
They might actually be a better team than the 10-7 team last year.
No one's buying your bullshit right now.
Right.
You are what your record says you are, Sean. They're not a better team if they win 7 games this year. All right. That's enough.
They could be.
That's enough. Too much optimism. 2 overs in 1 day. I've broken the model.
Negative point differential by a pretty wide margin.
Again, last season was
65.
For the last season was it was an all-time fucked up season for a football franchise.
And you know who was part of turning it around? Rich Bisaccia, the guy that you could have sold me on them winning the goddamn Super Bowl if they kept Rich Bisaccia.
Right.
Give him his old job back at least.
I mean, what's he up to? Maybe he's just wanting to fish.
No, Rich Bisaccia
football
wanted
coaches
to play.
don't want to stop coaching football.
I think he Oh, he's a special teams coordinator for the Packers now.
No.
Oh wow. Okay.
We,
They got themselves a dog.
you know what Sean will be talking about in the Packers preview.
Yeah. Glad I looked up what old Rich Bisaccia is up to. 38 years of coaching experience.
I mean, again, he clearly had something, but so did Derek Carr. Derek Carr's still there.
I know. I don't know. I could also see Derek Carr not getting along with Josh McDaniels. I could really see that being an issue.
I just don't. I think Derek Carr had a say in the head coaching hire.
You really?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. I think Derek Carr did a lot of solids for this organization, and Mark Davis seems like the kind of guy that would reward that. I mean, I think Mark Davis might be crazy, but I think he probably respects someone who respects his like family crest, aka the Raiders.
The Oakland Raiders, aka the Las Vegas Raiders. Yeah, I'm just not seeing it, right? Just not seeing it. Hey, make sure you guys sign up for the Survivor Pool, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/survivor. SURVI. Wait, is there another? How do you spell
Survive
SURVIVOR? Yeah, you got to see it spelled out to really nail it.
Yeah, spelling's hard. I get it.
Don't do all capitals. I don't think it'll redirect you to the right link if you do all capitals.
Oh no.
Raiders to win the division, best value on the board. Ryan, we haven't talked about that. What do we?
I'm taking. All right, throw it on. Yeah, let's add it. Let's add.
Okay,
that's the sprinkle. It would probably be a long shot, like a tiebreaker. Obviously, if I finish our predictions and all these teams are within one win, then yeah, I think
there is a value case for them at plus 650. That it could be talked into. I'm just walking through that schedule. I just don't see it.
It's not like the Texans division where you're being irresponsible, but I'm definitely
irresponsible not betting on the Texans to win the division.
Oh,
to
I'm
clarify.
sorry.
Some people, Ryan, listening to the show, maybe for the first time would think, oh yeah, it is irresponsible bet on the Texans. But to clarify, you're irresponsible if you don't bet on
not on this show. We're pro tech. Yeah. I think there's value. There's obviously value.
Yeah.
I mean, again, like I don't think all of these teams, the implied probability of everyone else is like 30% roughly. And so to say the Raiders are only going to win this division 6% of the time, I don't know. That just doesn't seem like the simulations are running right. They haven't met Derek Carr in person. The computers don't know human.
They haven't seen his eyeshadow.
It's like Rocky. All right, that Russian was a fucking machine. It didn't matter.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just.
You believe in Rocky? Are you anti-Rocky? Derek Carr's Rocky.
I
and Vin Diesel all in the same show.
I think Derek Carr's head on Vin Diesel's body, I think would work. You could also put John Madden hanging out with the Fast and Furious crew. I think that would work. I just want
that barbecue scene with all these heads photoshopped on it, please.
There's a lot of Photoshop potential. And shout out to Jake Paquin, who nailed the Bluto Photoshop request from the Patriots preview yesterday night. So head over to @Gambling Podcast, check that out as well. Draft day coming tomorrow, noon Pacific. Ryan, any final thoughts? Next time we hear you on air, you will be mid draft day. Anything you want to say to the folks?
No, join me.
Join Ryan, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/draft day. Get all the info there. Underdog Fantasy promo code SGPN. Sign up so you can draft with Kramer, and you get 100% deposit bonus up to $100 there.
Yeah, I'm giving out a ton of merch, some autograph shit.
Yeah, we're giving away free entries to Best Ball Mania 3.
Oh,
tons of free stuff. We're one free entry every hour. So much going on. Where you're, it's gonna be fun. Shout out to Kramer raising money for Daryl and you, the listeners, to chip in for Daryl. We gotta get this guy paid, help him out. Guy's a good dude. So again, appreciate nice rating and review. We just gave away a $50 SGPN gift card to the SGPN store. Again, all you got to do, leave a nice rating and review on Apple Podcasts. Submit that rating and review in the app. Just click on contest in the SGPN app, and you're good to go.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green, and he is Ryan.
I have now joined Derek Carr's older brother, David, in thinking that Derek is one of the top quarterbacks in the National Football League.
Kramer, let it ride.